What's going on, guys? Inside the Blue Podcast here, and today we have our Week 3 picks. Terrible week for us last week. We went 15. We're 15 and 17 overall. Not a good week at all for us. Just terrible for picks. Week 2 banged us. But this is how we bounce back. It's not how you start. It's how you finish. Big Week 3 picks here. A lot of teams that, if you told me at the start of the season were at their record, I don't know if I believe you, and I don't know if I believe you if Derek Carr was playing this good and beat up the Dallas Cowboys. And he played a really good game. Like, the Saints might be a pretty good team this year. We don't know yet. There's a lot of teams that could start 2-0 and all of a sudden have a 6-game losing streak and their season is over. But there's also some teams that are 0-2, and I still think they're a good football team. But let's get into it. First week, New England Patriots taking on the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers taking on the New England Patriots. It's kind of hard for me to fade the home team this week. I got the Jets. I have it in a close game. I'm going 17-13 in this game. I don't think a lot of points are going to be scored between these two, and I think it's going to be closer than people think. Getting into week 2, Giants taking on the Cleveland Browns. My Giants, I said it in the previous video, is if the Giants lose to the Washington Commanders, I'm not taking them week 3, and I am going to keep my word with that. I'm taking the Cleveland Browns to defeat the New York Giants, and I think the Giants are going to put up some points, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm going 28-16 the final. Giants just don't seem to put up many points. It seems like it's just a Malik Neighbors show. Cleveland's got a really good defense. The Giants couldn't put up enough points to even beat the Washington Commanders. And as bad as Cleveland has been in Week 1, they played a better game in Week 2. They have a lighter opponent in Week 3. Giants fall to 0-3, unfortunately. Next game, Caleb Williams. Has he been good? Has he been bad? I don't think he's looked amazing. I think he makes a lot of questionable plays. He runs into a lot of things, and a lot of stuff is a mess. Taking on Anthony Richardson, who sold us last week. Couldn't get it done, but I've seen a lot of mixed opinions on this game because it could really go either way. Like, Anthony Richardson could play a really good football game and win, or we could see a Caleb Williams real breakout game, but we don't know. Keenan Allen wasn't playing last week, and just I don't know if I trust in Caleb Williams. I'm going to take the Indianapolis Colts in a 24-17 final. I think it's going to be closer than people think. One touchdown score. Getting into our first really hard pick. Our first really hard pick. Sam Darnold has looked very good. He looked good against the San Francisco 49ers. He looked very good against the New York Giants on the road. He's back at home this week. He's got a tough matchup with the Houston Texans. This is such a tough pick. But we're going to take the road dog. We're going to take the Houston Texans in a pretty close matchup. I'm going to keep them at 30. We're going to put up a 30-23 game. Houston starts 3-0 to start their season. And now we get to another tough matchup. New Orleans Saints at home taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles have not impressed me very much this year. Jalen Hurts looks like that great QB he is, like I did in the QB tier list. He doesn't look like an elite QB. He's taking on a tough defense, a tough team that has a lot of momentum going with them. And you know what? I'm going to take the Saints. I'm going to take them again. I didn't take them last week. I'm going to take them this week. Burrott's going to go 1-2 to start their season. And the Saints look fun. Like, they look like a fun team. Alvin Kamara is really cool. But I think it's going to be a close game. And I think it's going to be a one-score game, 28-21 the final. Next game, LA Chargers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert. Looks like they got something connecting. I just saw a tweet that just came out that Jim Harbaugh tells reporters that Justin Herbert, sorry guys, will have has an ankle injury at practice. Doesn't seem to be a major issue. And there was a tweet that said, "Crystal ball ? Expect him to get better every day. I was in a meeting with him, and he says he feels much better and good to go." So I expect Justin Herbert to play, and if he plays, I do have them defeating Justin Fields on the road. Big win. I think it's gonna be a pretty good game. I think it's gonna be close again, and I think it's gonna be like a 26. Let's go 26-17. Actually, no, 26-23 final. It's gonna be a close game. Next game, probably one of our easier picks as we get down the line. Baker Mayfield looks very good. The Bucs look very good. They just beat the Detroit Lions, beat the Commanders the previous week. Denver looks like a crap show. They do. I'm sorry. They don't look good. And Bo Nix doesn't seem to have very much to him. I'm going to take the Bucs, and I'm going to take them pretty comfortably. I'm going to take a 31-13 final. I don't think this offense is going to be very good for the Denver Broncos, especially on the road at Tampa Bay. Doesn't look good at all. Next game, a game that I kind of was a little shocked with Malik Willis. He got it done, got the win, and now he's taking on a Tennessee Titans team. Tennessee, Will Levis has costed them 2 games. He has, with the turnovers, and I don't expect much to change. I never thought Tennessee was going to be a good team. I think Green Bay is a good team, and that's why I'm taking Green Bay on the road pretty comfortably. I think they put up a lot of points this week. I think they're going to get 18. Definitely not the number. I'm gonna go a lot of field goals. A lot of field goals for the Tennessee Titans, and Green Bay to win pretty comfortably. Another game that I don't think is going to be very close. Carolina has gotten blown out in every single game, and now they're taking on an Las Vegas Raiders team that is has some holes but has some fun pieces. Brock Bowers had a really good game last week. They defeated the Baltimore Ravens late in the game. I don't even know if Carolina's going to beat a team this year, honestly. But we did get news that Bryce Young is not playing this week. Doesn't change the fact Andy Dalton is still not good. Let's take Minshew Mania, and let's take him by a lot, because I've come to the conclusion that this team is not going to score very much points, and I don't expect them to either. I don't expect them to score very much at all. Tough game to pick here. We got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Miami Dolphins, and Tyreek Hill is obviously playing. We know that. But no Tua Tagovailoa for the next 4 games. It's Skylar Thompson's season. Do I think he has what it has? Do I think he has what it takes to defeat the Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith? I don't. I'm gonna take Seattle. I think it's gonna be pretty close, but I don't think 31 is gonna be the number. I'm gonna say 27-21 the final. Sorry, I am a little bit got a little bit of a stuffy nose, so I apologize for that. Getting into our next chunk of games, we have the Detroit Lions, who just lost to the Buccaneers, taking on an Arizona Cardinals team that looks fun. It looks fun. And that division has reshaped, like, my opinion right now. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but, I mean, Rams are dealing with injuries. Seattle's could be 3-0 if my prediction is correct. And San Francisco lost to Sam Darnold last week. But I do think this is going to be another fun game. And I think with what I've liked from Kyler Murray, I'm going to take Kyler Murray this week at home. They're going to improve to 2-1, and Detroit's going to fall to 1-2. I think that's a very close game. I like the prediction that Pro Football has of a 24-17 win. Another game that could go either way. Baltimore taking on the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry's World. For me, for just how I look at it, I don't see the Baltimore Ravens losing their first 3 games. Like, I don't. I really don't. And I think Dallas, they got the crap kicked out of them. And now they're playing a QB that's very good when he wants to be. A QB that's when he has that momentum and he knows what he has to do. It's hard for me to pick against Baltimore this week just because of it doesn't seem right for them to go 0-3 to start the season. It's 2 QBs that are genuinely pretty good in the regular season, like regular season Dak Prescott, regular season Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to take Baltimore this week, though. And I think it's going to be a shootout. Like I'm thinking high scoring here. 28-24 the final. They're going to go at it. Dak Prescott against Lamar Jackson. I think it's going to be a close game. Dallas is going to fall to 1-2. So, if you look at, I guess, how the NFC East is shaping up, Eagles are 1-2. Dallas is 1-2. We still have to predict the Commanders game that's upcoming. And Giants start 0-3. Getting into our next game. A divisional matchup. Rams taking on the 49ers. For me, it's like I said earlier, a lot of injuries for the LA Rams. Now, I know it's weird to say that they start 0-3, but this is the San Francisco 49ers. Whether they have Christian McCaffrey or they don't, they aren't injury heavy unlike the LA Rams. The LA Rams are very... a lot of guys are just falling on the injury report. There's no Cooper Kupp. There's no Puka Nacua. It's like Demarcus Robinson, Jordan Wingington, Kyron Williams. So those guys, I don't know if Cooper Kupp is playing. I forgot. I know he suffered an injury. Assuming he doesn't play, I'm taking the 49ers. And I'm going to take them pretty comfortably here. Don't think the Rams are going to put up many points this week. And it's unfortunate because I like the Rams coming into this season. I like the Cooper Kupp healthy, Puka Nacua healthy, Stafford being a pretty darn good QB in the NFL, in my opinion. But it is what it is. It's a tough start for the LA Rams, and I don't know if they get in the playoffs with how many injuries they've been suffering this year. They have a young defense, no more Aaron Donald. Getting into another pick. This pick, I've been seeing a lot of division in this pick. A lot of people are fading the Chiefs this week. A lot of people are heavy on Atlanta this week just because they beat the Philadelphia Eagles. For me right now, Philadelphia hasn't proven to me enough that they could be a top dog right now. I think the NFC is wide open right now. You see the I guess you see the Carolina Panthers being terrible, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about teams like San Francisco, Seattle, Arizona. The NFC West seems like a really fun division. NFC East is pretty mid right now. It's not very good. But this is Patrick Mahomes, right? This is Patrick Mahomes. Do I think he's going to lose on the road to Atlanta? I'm not sure. Because Travis Kelce hasn't come alive yet. Pacheco is hurt. Rashee Rice is cool. Xavier Worthy's cool. Like I said, it's very hard to predict against Patrick Mahomes. Because whatever weapons he has, it seems like the game always favors him. I think in terms of a spread, I don't know what the spread is going to be, but I could see Atlanta making this a close game. I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs for a third straight week in a closer game. I like 21-16 the final. I'm not saying that Atlanta could win. Atlanta could win this game. Anybody could beat anybody, except for if you're the Carolina Panthers or the New York Giants as of now, because both of those teams don't ever want to put up points. Getting into our final two games, I believe, right? Final two games, yep. Jacksonville at Buffalo. Could be a dogfight. Could be an upset. And it's tough for me to pick against the Buffalo Bills with how they've been playing. Josh Allen looks like a solid candidate for the MVP if he continues what he's doing. But, man, oh man, do I kind of want to take Jacksonville here. I really kind of do. But my heart is saying Buffalo Bills. My gut is telling me to take the Jacksonville Jaguars, but we're not going to do that. We're going to take the Buffalo Bills. And I know I did say I do like this Jacksonville Jaguars team. They had a tough loss against Cleveland. And then who did they lose week 1? I forgot who they did week 1. But, yeah, starting off 3-0, the Buffalo Bills. I could totally see Jacksonville winning this game. I could totally see it. But right now, it kind of feels like the Buffalo Bills division, right? Jets would be 2-1, Miami's 1-2, and then the Patriots would be 1-2. But getting into the next game, Washington Commanders. They beat up the Giants. Well, they didn't really beat them up. They beat them by a field goal. But taking on the Bengals. Bengals notoriously don't start off good under the Joe Burrow era. They lost week 1 to the Patriots. Lost in a tight game to the Kansas City Chiefs. But now, this is where the revenge arc happens. This is where Joe Burrow gets locked in and he starts playing really good football, and people start actually realizing that this Bengals team is a good football team. We're taking the Bengals to wrap it up of a score of 24-16. Getting, I guess, a quick recap of our picks. New England losing to the Jets in a close game. I don't think a lot of points are going to be put up. We have the Browns beating the Giants. Indy defeating Caleb Williams and the Bears. Tight game in Minnesota, but Houston gets the better half. Eagles fall to 1-2 as the Red Hot Saints continue what they are doing. LA defeating the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bucks finishing the Broncos. Green Bay defeating the Tennessee Titans. Las Vegas defeating the Carolina Panthers by a lot. Seattle Seahawks getting it done against the Miami Dolphins at home. Kyler Murray continues to play good football as they defeat the Detroit Lions. Baltimore getting the better half of Dallas. San Francisco beating up an injury heavy LA Rams. Kansas City continues their Super Bowl quest and getting into the playoffs with a 3-0 start. Buffalo Bills defeating the Jacksonville Jaguars in a tight game. And then to wrap it up, Cincinnati beating Jaden Daniels. LSU clash. 2 QBs that went to LSU, but the Bengals getting the better of it. That's going to do it for our Week 3 picks. Remember, we had a tough Week 2. It only means that we're going to bounce back in Week 3. Overall record is 15-17. So if I could do the math, we went 10-6 the first week. Yeah, 10-6 the first week. Tough, and then we went. Oh my gosh, I can't even do math right now. But we'll figure it out. I'll put it in the link in the description. Comments can roast me of the poor math. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this quick picks. I guess that's what we'll call it. Week 3 picks. It's gonna be a good one. We're gonna bounce back. But yeah, definitely check out the channel. Check out our other picks from Week 1s and Week 2. Compare them to these. Let me know in the comments below what you think your picks are going to be and what picks you don't agree with. But of course, smash that like button. Smash the subscriber button. I'm a little bit sick, but I'm sick of losing too. So let's do it, and let's clash these picks. See you guys in the next one. Peace.